Many locals won't venture into these pines, believing that hauntings take place between these trees. Sticks and stones may break your bones because they are the objects said to be thrown at unsuspecting people. Footsteps have been heard approaching, grass crunching underfoot, only for people to turn around and nothing or no one is there. The most popular story I've heard is of a woman in a black dress, black hair draped over her face. This woman, she follows foragers, hunters, hikers, and she will follow them and they begin to up their pace. And no matter how fast they move, the woman continuously remains at the same distance, but walking slowly until they exit the woods. So what are we doing here? Camping. Look at that. I don't know what that is. There's caterpillars on the outside of it, and on the inside of it, spiders. Do not know, but it's not something you want to walk into at any time of the day. Let's stop messing around. Gonna have a little wander around, search for a place to pitch camp, get set up, make a coffee. Super dense little pine plantation. You're certainly not running through that in a hurry, unless you're Yeti size. As you can see, it's all a relatively young plantation, and that's because there was obviously wildfires here, and that's taken out a lot of the flora, and so it's all just beginning to all come back. And it's rumored that the woman dressed in black with the black hair draped over her face died in that wildfire, and she was up here foraging, and so she targets the foragers, the hunters, the outdoors people, the hikers who come through this plantation. The spirit got DC. What's in your foot? Let's have a look. What's in your foot? Nothing there. I just found one of those weird cobweb pine cone thingies. A little closer so we can get a closer look at it. I imagine it's just full of eggs. You walk through that, they get covered on you, they all hatch and then eat you. Look at those things, there's so many. There's one there, one there, one there, all over the place. I want to be careful which trees I'm kind of brushing past to make sure they don't fall on me. It's a funny thing, it warms up when you go out of the woods, and when you come back in, it cools down quite a lot. It's like we got ourselves a little rainstorm coming, so gonna get our poncho up. So ghosts, they're never one of those I've really taken any issue with. It's like one of those where, would you stay in a haunted house for X amount of money? I'd stay in there for free. It just doesn't, it's not one of those that really gets to me. I won't be psyching myself out over the possibility of a ghost. I've had my experiences with ghosts. Right, ancient woodlands, in a hospital. Had my experiences with ghosts. What about you guys? Let me know if you guys have had any kind of experiences with ghosts, spirits, whatever you want to call them. Let me know your story. But we will be doing a ghost hunt tonight. Okay, you know, EVPs and whatnot, and ghost boxes maybe, I don't know. It's just some kind of software downloaded, apparently. It's some real but who knows? I paid for it too, so it better be. It'll also be interesting to see how the dogs react to being here currently. DC sleeping, Hooper's sleeping, and Yeti, I'd imagine, is sleeping also, or is somewhere eating KFC or YFC, Yeti fried chicken. So currently there's no, you know, real different reaction from the dogs. But where dogs have that sixth, you know, the sixth sense. Bruce Willis. Where they have that ability, there's no better, there's no app that's going to, you know, beat a dog at what it does, at what it can pick up, at what it can sense. No app. So it will really be them who I'll be watching. So we'll have ourselves a little ghost hunt during the day today, and another one when the sun goes down. I think it was a black whippersnake. They're the ones that kill the venomous snakes, the big bad killing snakes. They're called a black whippersnake because they will whip you with their tails. They grow really long. I've seen a really long one. Didn't manage to get it on camera because it you know, slid it off into the bush real quick. But yeah, I think it was a black whippersnake, and they kill the Lebanese vipers. Hoopa, hoopa, hoopa. Here's our wake. Ooh, there we go. So I got a pot noodle tonight, but I'm going to be sprucing it up with some of this asparagus. I'm going to take this, boil it in the water that we're going to boil for the pot noodle, and then, you know, slice it up and put it in the pot noodle. Not too much of it, Hoops. Just going to tidy it up, get these ends off. Will do. First impressions, not really feeling any negative energy here. Not like in the forested valley where we've encountered a few strange experiences. Every time we go into that valley, it's some kicks off. Something strange happens. Here, not really feeling any of that. But to be honest, the Yezd's looking a little perturbed. You're looking perturbed, Yeds. Yeti. But then she always does. That's just her face. The temperature is really fluctuating in these woods though. There's hot spots and there's cold spots, which is interesting because some people may attribute those cold spots to spirits, right? Something to do with harnessing energy. So I'm going to climb into these pines here. We're going to have ourselves a little ghost hunt, paranormal investigation within these pines. This is where most of the cold spots are. We're going to be using an app that allows the spirits to harness the electrical energy from the device, therefore being able to communicate with us. And the app has so many words or whatever that the spirit can use to communicate with us, right? Simple. So we've loaded into the app and we're just going to start asking questions. So, are there any spirits with us here today? And the app's gonna come out with the word killer. Are you a killer? Justice. Justice for you Or who killed you? So nobody killed you. Okay, so how did you die? You died. A lamb killed you. You're telling me a lamb killed you. You bet you forgive the lamb. Okay, so this one is Ghost Tube, and it's the same type of thing. You know, uses the electrical energy from the device to allow the spirits to harness that energy, supposedly. And this one also is a bit more technical, supposedly, using the sensors in the phone and electromagnetic stuff. Anyway, let's carry on. I'm trying this one because...
Please go.
Please go. So the please go, supposedly, was a message from a spirit. Are there any spirits in the area with us today?
Not all of us. You shouldn't be here.
Why shouldn't I be here? Heating up our water with our asparagus just a little bit. Just a little bit. Because personally, for me, when it comes to trying new things, especially wild edibles, you don't want to go overkill with it, of course. So just a little bit. Just get it all in there. Trying out one of the asparagus. Not bad. Not bad. You know, out of all the vegetables, but yeah, asparagus is good. Asparagus is one of the good ones. Good combination. Some chicken noodles and asparagus, yeah. We'll do that. Now it's no longer a pot noodle, it's a posh noodle. So we'll be finishing up our okay. So we'll be finishing up our little dinner here. A little dinner. I got snacks. I eat a lot of snacks. I snack heavily. So if you see me, someone was saying, how do I get by on these whole just pop noodle for dinner? It's because I snack very heavily. Chocolate bars, crisps, more chocolate bars, more crisps. But we'll finish this up and have ourselves another little paranormal investigation in the dark. Walking around, talking to ourselves. Kind of what I do anyway, because none of the dogs listen to me. So I'm assuming that head torch, man. I'm assuming that's a fox. Oh, here goes nightfall. Strange noises. The dog's barking. Good. It's good. Well, let's do this thing. After a little paranormal investigation earlier throughout the day, obviously we spoke to a spirit who was killed by a lamb, but fortunately he forgave the lamb. So that's good. Right now, I'm going to be trying out a different app. Now, I've seen this app used on like the ghost hunting paranormal investigation shows, right? The old SLS, and it comes up with a stick figure if it senses that there's a spirit there. So that's what we're gonna start with this evening. Okay, so yes, okay, yeah. This is required. What's this? While using it. Okay. Oh, there's our lantern. Good. Okay. So, let's see. Can we turn the flash on? There we go. We got the flash on there. So, if we grab the lantern, and now we're just gonna have a little wander around. I don't know if it's gonna work too well, obviously, because it's dark. And how's it gonna pick up any figures? I don't know. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. I don't think it's going to work now, actually, thinking about it. Damn it. What's the low volume got to do with anything? No. See, damn it, I don't think that's going to work out. My air torch is dead, so I can't use that. This is where I'm going to be bumping into one of these trees and have one of those kind of balls of cobweb and caterpillars and whatever else falling down on me. It's where I'm going to have the dogs come jumping out on me. Hooper's sleeping, fortunately, so we get to move around a bit more freely. Yeah, this ain't going to work. No. Alright, so that didn't work out for us, but that's okay, because we have another app. And this is the Seer app, whatever that means. This is here. It's okay. And there's Yeti. They didn't decide to sneak attack. There was no sneak attacking today. What are you guys hunting, huh? What are you hunting, DC? Jetster. She's in her element. Look at that tail going. She wants to kill. Maybe that spirit was talking about you earlier. Killer. Anyway, stop messing around, Jetster. This is serious. So, use Ghost Tube to record evidence of your paranormal investigations. Seer is unlike any other paranormal tool that you have used. Rather than generating words or sounds, it instead generates unique visuals and images, just like the one above. Oh, that is unique. Look at that guy. How does it work? Well, I'll tell you, just 1 second. Yeah, I'm trying to get comfortable. Similar to other paranormal tools, Seer uses the sensors in your device to measure environmental conditions and uses these measurements to select words from our pre-populated dictionary. Artificial intelligence systems are then used to analyze words detected and generate digital visual representations of selected words. How is it used? Paranormal investigators use Seer to test paranormal theories. The main theory being tested by Seer is that spirits can manipulate magnetic fields. If spirits can manipulate magnetic fields, they could potentially use it to select words to describe things that can be visually represented by artificial intelligence. For the first time, spiritualists and psychics have independently generated visual aid, which could be used to supplement or complement readings or visions. This also allows investigators to test theories relating to the human mind and psyche. Okay, get on with it. Okay, warning. Ghost Tube selects words and phrases when specific. Yeah, whatever. Okay, so I'm assuming same deal here. We kind of ask questions and see what happens. So, are there any ghosts in the area with us tonight? If so, how did you die? Were you a train track? That's interesting because there used to be a train track nearby here. Like really nearby here, okay. So if you died on a train track, why are you up here on the mountains, huh? That's a weird image, huh? That's a weird image. So what can we make of that? Some kind of worship? Festival? So you died on a train track? But you're up in the mountains here to worship. Is that correct? Who are you worshipping? Or what are you worshipping here in the mountains? That's odd. What are we looking at here? Electricity? Is that like a light bulb to the left? Going into something? Okay. Interesting. What did that picture represent? What did that image represent? And let's try to keep it as transparent as possible. Because, you know, just, come on. A child. That's absolutely terrifying. Okay, so a ginger child sleeping. That's scary. That's scary to me. Because, obviously, I have a ginger child. Not as ginger as that person in the image. But, yeah, that's creepy. It's hard to come up with questions. Like, I could just say, why did you show me that picture? What did that picture... What did you mean by that picture? What did you mean by that image? Is that... Do you know I have a son? Well, I think that was a girl. Pretty sure it was a girl. I have a boy. So, yeah, you got close. Did you mean... Or were you a ginger child when you got killed by a train? And now you're up here on the mountain worshipping. Must admit, you've got some good old battery drain here. The head torch is dead. Charged up fully. Now my camera's flashing. I don't know what the phone's doing. Ay, ay, ay. What do we make of this? A hall. An ancient hall. So I don't know if we can go back through. There we go. But not all of them, huh? Okay. This one was the most unsettling to me, huh? Oh, she got a sock on her head? But I'm pretty sure, yeah, that was that's the one that's it's creepy. That's creepy to me. But I'm not entirely creeped out. I'm not like phased. It doesn't bother me, huh? It doesn't bother me. What bothers me is when I'm trying to sit here and conduct a professional paranormal investigation and yet he barks right next to me. I had no idea she was there. That bothers me. Holy moly. The phone's beginning to die as well. Okay. Let's go back to our good old app here. Speak to some spirits. Are there any spirits with
Bored.
me? Bored. Are you bored of being dead?
Sometimes.
Sometimes being dead is boring. Okay. How did you die?
Okay.
That's a good answer. Good answer. Okay. So sometimes you get bored when you're dead. Well, what do you do for fun? Just popping that down there and we'll face the camera on. Can you tell me how many fingers I'm holding up?
Bribed.
That's it's close, but yeah, it's not quite accurate. I was holding up 2 fingers. You were bribed how?
Why are you asking?
He just said, why are you asking? Whoa! Shit, yep. It was the, I knocked the branch. But what I was going to say was, I just turned around and I saw this kind of, it was almost like a black mist. Just kind of coming along the trees, huh? Yes. Yeti. DC, come. Oh, it's DC. DC. Come here. Come here. Come. Oh, it was Yeti. Was Yeti the black mist? I don't know. Ah. You crazy girls. Keep that noise down. Baby Hoop is trying to sleep. Yeah, so I don't know if that black mist... Burnt. That's the story of what happened up here on the mountain. That's the story that goes around, that the woman was up here foraging forest fires and she died in a forage fire. Are you the woman that died in a forest fire up in these mountains? Wash. I don't know.
Angry.
Who's angry? You're angry. Why are you angry? Why are you angry? Or who?
He hides.
You're angry because he hides. Who hides?
In another place.
You're angry at the person who hides in another place. What is this person's name? Just missed that. It says buried. Okay, so what I'm gathering here is this spirit is angry because this a person hides, and he hides in another place, and he's buried. Is he buried here? Is this person buried here? And did you bury this person? Answer one or the other.
Burnt.
DC. Yeti?
Burnt.
Again? Yes, sir. What the fuck are you doing? Twice. That's 3 times we've had burnt now. Are you the woman who was burnt in a wildfire in these mountains?
Are you sick?
No. I don't think so. Why do you think I'm sick?
Buried.
Buried. So if I click on this, we're going to have a list of the words that we've had. Okay, so it started with bored. I asked if it's boring when you're dead sometimes. Kind of makes sense. Okay. Came out of nowhere. Bribed. Came out of nowhere. Nothing to do with anything. Why was I asking? I was asking completely different questions to the rest of that. Burnt. 7:13 p.m. Interesting because you know, that's the story. A woman was burnt in these mountains. Wash out of nowhere. This is interesting. Angry. He hides in another place. Buried. Burnt. Are you sick? Buried. So it's kind of put together some kind of sense. Angry, he hides in another place. Buried. But to have 3 burns in a location where the story goes that the woman was up here foraging, wildfire, she couldn't escape, and she died in a fire. Burnt. That's an interesting one. You know, if you really want to look into it and decrypt the kind of messages to words, I suppose you could make. You could believe what you want. It was interesting though that when the camera was pointed at the phone, I turned around just here for no reason. Really, nothing made me really turn around. But when I turned around, I saw this almost like it was a black mist just going through the trees. Just going through the tree there and a tree there. It was just went through the trees. So that's an interesting kind of thing. No exaggeration, it was blacker than the darkness that surrounds us, and that's why I could see it. And of course, yeah, that's odd. That was odd. Well, I had a pretty good sleep. Some of the best sleeps I get are in these haunted locations. I said, I think it attributes to, you know, it doesn't bother me so much. Someone who takes it maybe a little more seriously. I don't know, not seriously, but someone. We all have our fears, right? Some people are more afraid of this kind of stuff than other people. Probably would have had a harder time sleeping, but I slept pretty well. So no unusual occurrences, really. A few snaps here and there. Obviously cold, but it could be due to altitude as well. And that cold obviously attributes to battery drain, because when it gets cold, the batteries drain quicker. So Or maybe it was the spirits. Who knows? Who knows?